Good morning, everybody. This is Jack Gleason with MajorLeagueTrading.com. It is 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, January 4th, 2019, and this is a reminder to follow your rules and trade your plan. Let's take a look at the trend biases and economic reports. Economic reports for the bell open, big news, non-farm employment change, and average hourly earnings index. A record amount of people are working in the United States. But they're saying bad news is, or good news is bad news, or at least that's the theory here. Trend bias of the prior day, ES is bearish, Nasdaq bearish, Dow bearish, the Russell was neutral. Overnight session, neutral ES, neutral Nasdaq, neutral on the Dow, and neutral on the Russell. Shorter term, midterm, and longer term time frames are bearish in all four indexes on all of those time frames. News after the bell, Jerome Powell will be having a discussion at 10:15, 10:30, natural gas storage, 11 o'clock, crude oil inventories, and 1 p.m., the Baker Hughes rig count. Previous day's summary for the S&P 500, the bell-to-bell high of the prior day was 24.93 half. We're trading 24.77 quarter right now. The bell-to-bell low down here at 24.43 quarter. Settlement was 24.47.75. Value area high 24.78 half, right above where we're currently trading. Point of control 24.59 half. Value area low 24.52 half, and the volume on the session was 2,196,000 contracts. Overnight high 24.86.75, and then the overnight low put in early last night at 24.38 half. Floor trader pivot points, R4A coming in at 25.48 quarter, R3 25.30, R2 25.11.75, R1 is at 24.79.75. The pivot point for the day 24.61 half, S1 24.29 half, S2 down at 24.11 quarter, S3 23.79 quarter, and S4A is 23.47 quarter. For our range analysis of the prior day and this week, bell to bell trading. Previous day, 15.25 points. We've had a maximum range of 123. Our median is 66. The entire session was 15.25. Below our median, overnight 29.75 below our median, and the first hour had 38-point move, which is above. Index strength percentage change from settlements for the trading days only. We got quite a pounding yesterday in the Nasdaq, down 3.2%. The Russell held up the best. Only down 1.9% here, but the rest of the markets, ES and Dow, were down over 2.5% over the last 5 days. We do have a negative percentage change, but the Russell's faring the best. It's basically even over the last 5 days, but we, obviously have had a lot of bearish movement. You can look at all of these numbers: 20-day over the last 20 days, over the last 15 days, over the last 10 days, we're down. The Nasdaq has really just been the weaker market on this most recent time frame, and that is because we had Apple down, changing their guidance to the downside, so that really affected the Nasdaq the other day. But we'll take a look here. I do want to start off with the Russell, because the Russell held the best, and going into yesterday, we even had the Russell kind of poised to be the strongest market, and it was the strongest market on a weekday. So I do want to start off here with the Russell, and the Russell is the most technical index that I'm watching right now. We had the halfway back long last week from that low to high. It was a low of Tuesday, high of Thursday, pulls back, completes on Friday. Then that low from Thursday to high, this is the only market that's just cleanly held it. So one of the trades I'm looking for, or potentially see happening today, I do think we have the possibility, because we have that report that there could be a breakout here today. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4 separate tests of 1356, which is the old profit target. My anticipation would for us to be breaking above those resistance levels today and actually completing targets at 1377. You can see the pinch indicator down here, the MLT pinch indicator down here. What I like to see on these breakouts is that it's firing green here, and it's up and increasing. It's up and increasing here, so I do like to just see that, and that's why I use this pinch here at the bottom of my page. But that's going to be a completion up at 1377 going into today. It could possibly complete, if not maybe on Monday. But from the overnight session, you know, we were very bearish. So you had your halfway back shorts out of highs, and from there we actually went into profit targets and then started extensions. Right at the close, we went into an extension. That same anchor new low broke, and when that same anchor new low broke, you know, there was buyers and halfway backs basically all night, and then those buyers went into an extension, and that extension is what my current sequence is. So I will leave this extension up here this morning. If we hold above that 61.8 at 1340, we will continue up possibly to and through those upside of profit targets. If we break below 1340, that is my bullish above, bearish below line in the sand right now for the Russell. Moving on to the S&P 500, which on the back of Apple News on the prior day, we sold off in the overnight session, and we actually set up in a halfway back short that never completed. That was at 24.8375. That was the resistance level that continued the selling pressure into the end of the day. Before that sell-off on the prior day, we had the same setup in the Russell, which was the halfway back long from the low of Thursday to the high. Okay, and that traded its 50% retracement on Wednesday. And then yesterday we were still looking at that level. That was at 2460 level. That 2460 level had buyers, and then just into the close there was enough sellers to basically just pierce that 61.8. And in the overnight session you had this halfway back short. Where is it? You had a halfway back short to target. You had another halfway back short sequence here. Once that completed, you had another halfway back short, and that one is what broke. So we broke this series of short sequences in the overnight session, and from that point we have been rallying. So right now we have an extension from the high of 24.5275 to high. If we are going to open, I would imagine, like, if we stick with this bid, we're going to bid right off 24.7375. So I'm just going to mark up this extension area. Okay, and even though we have broken this 61.8, it barely pierced during the regular trading hour session right at the close. With the reconfirmation, once we start breaking back above the 61.8, which is just up here at 24.90, if we start breaking back up above that level, 24.90, then our upside profit targets are 24.5275. So if we start breaking back above, like, this very well could just be, that could have just been a fake out yesterday in a close. And if we start getting above these levels here early, you can expect us to continue our rally up into profit targets. Okay, so that's the setup we have right now. A lot of longs got taken out into the close yesterday with their stops below the 61.8, and the trend instantly reversed, and we've held that long trend with this news that's come out. And then another thing we can just be aware of is this negative 61 is all the way up at 25.83. So if we break out here, and I just want to show you guys kind of, and I don't do it much, but there's a daily consolidation here. This would be the first reversal out of a daily consolidation since the highs going back into September. We have not had a multi-day, so you're basically looking at, you know, we're in the range right now. We're trading right now in the range that we were trading on both the 27th and the 26th. You could even say, you know, we traded this price on the 20th, the 21st, expecting us to possibly rally all the way up to 25.56, but really my first targets would be 25.5275. So there is the possibility that that breakout here begins today. There'll be pullbacks to get in. Just make sure you're patient and technical, but if you do get in what you think is a pretty solid pullback that you can actually go and look for full completion of targets. All right, and gold broke trend last night. We have completed a negative 61.8% profit target right here from on the weekly chart. So there was a halfway back long that traded at the beginning of November. Upside profit targets were 1294.8. That completed on the prior day, and then we ran into some other higher time frame targets up here. There was a same anchor new high extension that has broke. So the next thing I'm going to go to is the traditional from the low of the 26 high, and that pulls us back here, and this would be the first level of support, 1283.7. 1283.7 here in gold would be that next support level, but you also have a down sequence here. So we did break trend of the current sequence. The next support level I'd watch is 1283. For oil's completed those upside profit targets we've been looking for. 48.10 was the profit target we've been looking for since last Thursday. We have a full completion of that level here today. Also the resistance level at 48.46, which is a 50% retracement from December 4th high to low. We've traded that level to the tick here. There has been a reaction. Off of that level. But what you're going to want to look for here is now with this completion, the next halfway back long from the low of Wednesday, which is the last time we traded inside that 50% retracement to the high. That level is a 46.40. So set an alert there, 46.40. We very well could continue up through here, but this is this higher time frame resistance at 48.46 we've been waiting for quite some time. Moving on to the Nasdaq, which was the only market to not complete its halfway back from last Thursday. That upside profit target is still 64.25. 64.25. And then if you go to the 5-minute chart, I'll show you the sequence we are currently in, and it is the same. The Nasdaq was the weakest market yesterday, and if we're going to be breaking out here today, I probably don't want to pay too much attention to it. But right now, the Nasdaq, the same extension that these other markets have, we're right in the support zone, and our upside target would be 63.11. On a continuation, you have the MLT pinch firing long here as well. It's like bright green, so I really like to see that with long setups, especially going into the open. The Dow, similar to the S&P 500, it broke that next halfway back long. Now, the first touch and the first reaction of this halfway back long from the low of Tuesday to high had a huge move. I mean, same day, we basically rallied 600 points off that low. Now, we retested those levels and technically broke the 61.8. So then, you would set up in a short sequence from that high to low, which is currently what the Dow is being sold in. Continue to look at the long sequence, which once again is this extension here. 89 to confirm upside targets in the Dow. Once we can get through the 61.8 of trade in that direction, begin looking for the markets you trade in that direction. So that's what I have here for the Dow and basically all of the markets. But my bias going into the day, just because of the reversal we had out of yesterday, is bullish here. You guys know where my targets are. If we break below these extensions that are holding, then it's going to become a more choppy day. If we hold above these 61.8s in at least 3 of these markets, it'll be a pretty aggressive trend day higher, but if we break in the morning, it'll be a more choppy day. So that's what I have here. I ran into some food poisoning last night. So guys, I'm not gonna stick around here, but I'll talk in the chat room, but my stomach is just turning in knots. So I'll share my levels with you guys in the Major League Trading Discord. Thank you for watching the Major League Trading Morning Trade Plan. If you enjoyed this content, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you're serious about learning to trade and would like to be taught through our programs, check out the MLT Pro Trader. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Remember to pursue with passion, remove self-doubt, and succeed with effort. Everybody have a fantastic trading day and a great first weekend to 2019, guys. Take care.